Warning: this article contains spoilers for Westward Season 2, Episode 1 Westworld Season 2. Episode 1 Recap Military Operation Season 2 of Westworld got off to an incredible start with the hosts beginning to rise up against their human oppressors. The episode began with a flashback of a conversation between Dolores, played by Evan Rachel Wood, and park co-creator Arnold, Jeffrey Wright. It was revealed in Season 1 that Arnold believed and wanted the hosts to become sentient and had tried to stop Westworld from opening. The opening shows his frustration and personal torture over was to become of the hosts and the suffering they would endure at the behest of the anarchic park guests. We then switch to Bernard, the host that Robert Ford, Anthony Hopkins, modeled off Arnold after he was ed by Dolores. Bernard washes up on the shore where he is found by security who have begun a military operation in defense of the rogue hosts. A dazed Bernard, who is still coming to terms with the fact that he isn't the human he thought he was, is taken to the base of the military operations where he witnesses terrified hosts being executed. Westworld Season 2 review. Thorns is then introduced to Carl Strand, Gustav Skarsgård, head of operations at Delos. Bernard protests at the cruelings of non-hostile hosts, which is dismissed by Strand. We learn that the events of the Season 1 finale, the board meeting where Dolores shot Ford, took place 2 weeks ago and that there has been a significant loss of life since then. It is also revealed that the park is on an island. A body of a dead Ghost Nation host is scalped by Park Techont Juan Costa, Fares, and the maze drawing from Season 1 is on the skin. In a grotesque scene, Costa removes the host's brain, which a piece of computer hardware containing a chip. This gives them access to a recording of his vision where it is revealed that he was shot by Dolores, who tells him, "I told you, friend, not all of us deserve to make it to the valley beyond." Westworld Season 1 Recap. Wyatt on the loose. Then Dolores on horseback is seen gunning down humans with Teddy, James Marsden, by her side. A group of humans are hanged by Dolores, who gives a speech on how she came to realize the nature of her reality. It is notable that the Western then in Dolores' accent is gone. She refers to herself as Wyatt and says she has one last role to play, herself. Dolores and Teddy seem to be at odds with their current situation, with Teddy's reservations 8 violence becoming clear. Another deep speech by Dolores over free will and memories ensues as she reminds Teddy that he has been the only constant thing in her life. Teddy is content with the two of them just claiming a small piece of the world as their own. But Dolores' ambitions are bigger. She wants to take this world and the real world beyond Westworld 2. Will future world be in Westworld Season 2? Bill is back. Then the man in black himself, Ed Harris, wakes up from beneath a pile of dead boss following the shooting. A real stakes shootout with gunslinging hosts ensues before a victorious man in black, or Bill now, as a Delos member calls him, cleans up his gunshot wound from Clementine, Angela Serafian, in the Season 1 finale. He puts his ball hat back on, ready to play the game. Bill meets the young host Ford, Oliver Bell. The old host seems to be malfunctioning, but refers to Bill by name and talks to him as if he knows him, as if it is the actual Ford speaking. "Congratulations, William, the game is meant for you," he tells him. As Bill cruelly shoot the wild host in the face, calling him Robert. Did Ford make Maeve go back into the park in Westworld? Take me to my daughter. Meanwhile, in the park's headquarters, Dead boss line the hallways as a terrified Lee Sizemore, Simon Quarterman, is about to be cannibalized by a host of his own making. Luckily, he is saved by Maeve, the Newton, who is back to search for her daughter. He offers to show her an updated map so she can find what she's looking for. He brings up her past narrative, telling her she was wasted in a domestic setting and that she was severely malfunctioning when he inherited her. When Lee tells her that her daughter is not real, she says it will be very real when she uses his blood to decorate the war, and he is forced to take her where she needs to go in the park. Maeve takes pity on suffering hosts when her and Lee encounter a group of armed riot guards. Successfully posing as a human. The guards explain that the hosts have gone rogue as Lee tries to give Maeve away. Armed hosts then storm the facility and gun down the guards, as Maeve threatens Lee to never out her again. A bloody Hector, Rodrigo Santoro, is drinking by the pool. He and Maeve have a passionate reunion where he pledges his loyalty to helping her. Is Felix a host in Westworld? It's just a machine. Another flashback takes viewers back to the night of the shooting, and Bernard and Charlotte Hale, Tessa Thompson, are hiding in a bar while gunshots and carnage is heard all around them. Bernard explains that the hosts must have been put on a new loop and the guns altered to read everyone as hosts. Thus why the bullets can now harm humans. Gleeful hosts are gunning down terrified Delos board members and guests. A harmless young stable hand host then enters the barn and is beaten by a Delos board member who says, "It's just a machine like the rest of them." Bernard, Charlotte and a group of surviving Delos board members happen upon some technicians only to discover it's a trap set to lure them to be ed by more hosts. Bernard and Charlotte escape, but the others are brutally ed. Will the man in black be in Westworld? Season 2 ? The group is shown to be led by the host Angela, Tallulah Riley, who orders one human to run and shoots another in the head. Bernard and Charlotte happen across an access point which takes them to a secret location, unknown to Bernard. A terrifying faceless drone host appears as Charlotte attempts to connect to the outside world. Two drone hosts operate on a normal host, removing its brain. Bernard twigs that Delos are logging records of guests' experiences and DNA. Delos tell Charlotte they won't deploy help until they receive their expected package, which is a particular host. Delos is willing to let us all until they receive one host. Bernard asks. Where is Maeve's daughter in Westworld Season 2? Charlotte explains that this is the case and that it is more than a host but an insurance package, and the only thing that matters here. She says she needs help finding the host or else more people will. The host in question is revealed to be Peter Abernathy, Louis Hartum, Dolores' father, who was decommissioned in Season 1 and who Charlotte uploaded essential park code to. Bernard says he can tap into subconscious host network in order to find him, but begins to shake severely when he attempts to begin the process. Beverly malfunctioning. He learns that he has just 72 hours before terminal malfunction, so he extracts fluid from a host in the lab and administers it to himself. Westworld Season 2 trailer breakdown anomaly. Another time jumps shows the military operation from the beginning of the episode. Walk among the dead boss of the massacre and find Ford's body in a severe state of decay. The outfit happens upon an anomaly, a host tight washed up on the shore, which is revealed to be from another park, Park 6 to be specific. All the hosts are clustered together in an area called the Western Valley. Will Anthony Hopkins be in Westworld Season 2? When the humans arrive They are shocked to discover that the valley itself is underwater and the hosts are all lying dead in the lake. Bernard then says, "I ate them, all of them," and a close-up of a dead teddy underwater closes